Deep in the sweltering heart of Louisiana, hidden behind a curtain of ancient oaks, dripping with Spanish moss, stands the Myrtles Plantation, an old antebellum mansion, whose white columns and wraparound porch conceal a darkness that has clung to its walls for over 2 centuries. It is said that within these creaking halls, under the flickering glow of candlelight, the ghost of Chloe, the slave girl with a single severed ear wrapped forever beneath a green turban, still wanders, her restless spirit, doomed to relive the terror that bound her to this house in death. Long ago, when the plantation was young and Judge Clark Woodruff ruled it with a stern hand and a keen mind for profit, Chloe was but one of the many enslaved souls who toiled under the suffocating sun. But unlike the others, Chloe was clever and curious, forever listening at doors, lingering near keyholes, learning secrets she was never meant to know. She feared the judge, for he had forced her into his bed, and then when he caught her spying, had her ear cruelly cut away, leaving her to hide. The ragged scar beneath a scrap of green cloth she never removed. They say Chloe, desperate to regain the favor she feared, she had brewed a plan that even the devil himself might envy. She would poison the judge's family just enough to make them sick, then nurse them back to health, proving herself indispensable and banishing the threat of the brutal fields forever. So one humid summer night, she crept into the kitchen and plucked bitter leaves of oleander from the garden, grinding them into a powder that she folded into a birthday cake. For Sarah, the judge's beautiful wife, and their 2 daughters, angelic little girls with curls like spun gold. They ate the cake under the warm gaslit glow of the dining room, laughing at Chloe's forced smile as she watched every bite disappear. But soon the laughter turned to coughing, the coughing to moans. And by dawn the house was silent, save for the ragged breathing of Sarah. As her spirit fled her trembling body, her daughters gone cold beside her. Chloe knew then what she had done could never be undone. So she fled into the night, barefoot across the moonlit fields, her heart hammering like a trapped bird in her chest. But she did not run fast enough. The other slaves, fearing the judge's wrath and the slaughter they knew would come if they sheltered a murderess, dragged Chloe from her hiding place in the shadows of the sugar house, bound her wrists, and beneath the same moss-laden oak trees that shade the house today, they looped a rope around her neck and hoisted her trembling body high until the only sound was the creaking of the branch above and the rasp of her last breath scratching at the humid air. They say they cut her down at dawn and threw her body into the dark belly of the Mississippi. But Chloe did not drift away. She did not find peace in the silt and mud. She came back bound to the myrtles, to the poison she brewed and the blood she spilled. For generations, guests have woken in the dead of night to find her standing at the foot of their beds, a pale outline in the moonlight, her single green turban the only color in the dark. She appears in mirrors, her face pressed close to the glass behind a sheen of frost that no rag can wipe clean, her handprints smearing the silver, until the reflection is a maze of ghostly fingerprints and half-seen faces of children who whisper for their mother in the dark. Some say Chloe drifts through the halls, her bare feet silent on the warped floorboards, passing the portraits of owners long dead, who watch her with painted eyes that seem to follow the living as they pass. She has been captured in photographs, a shadow tucked between the columns on the veranda, a figure half-seen between the shutters, her turban bright as a serpent's skin against the grey blur of history. They say the mirror in the grand hall still traps the souls of Sarah and her daughters, their small palms pressed against the glass from the inside, forever reaching for a mother who cannot hold them. And sometimes, guests swear they see Chloe standing just beyond the mirror's edge, her good ear pressed close as though still listening for secrets she was never meant to hear. Doors slam shut in empty rooms, cold drafts whisper through the parlor when the air outside is thick as syrup, and footsteps echo on the staircase long after midnight when no living feet dare climb them. On stormy nights, when the thunder rattles the windows and rain lashes the ancient roof, some say they hear a woman's voice weeping softly beneath the howling wind, the voice of Chloe mourning the mistake that damned her, mourning the children who died for her desperate scheme, mourning her own life stolen by a rope and the fear of men who would rather kill her than feel the judge's whip on their backs. The Myrtles Plantation stands to this day, now a bed and breakfast, where the brave pay for the chance to sleep where the dead do not rest. Guests come with cameras and tape recorders, chasing shadows in the flickering gaslight, hoping to glimpse the girl with the green turban watching from the end of the hall. Sometimes they find her, or something they cannot explain, a cold hand that brushes their shoulder, a face that floats in the mirror when the lights go out, a whisper that sounds like a warning carried on the breath of the old house itself. And when dawn breaks and the sun bleeds through the moss-draped branches, they stand on the gallery and peer out into the mist, wondering if Chloe is still out there, beneath the oaks where the Spanish moss hangs heavy like nooses, waiting for the day when her story might be forgiven, or when some other desperate soul might hear her footsteps and follow them into darkness, never to return. The Myrtles keeps its secrets behind its sagging shutters and iron gates, but those who stay within its walls know one thing for certain. The dead do not rest easy here, and Chloe, the slave girl who poisoned a family and paid with her life, will never stop searching for the mercy she was denied in life, forever trapped in the house that made her and destroyed her spirit, drifting like a shadow through time, a ghostly testament to the sins that built the grand old homes of the South and the restless souls they can never truly bury.